Say okay. Press record. We're good to go. All right. Hello, everyone. I'd like to welcome you here for the night hacking at Devoxx. Hope you guys are enjoying all the HackerGarden activities. No, something is wrong. What's going on?
You need a
Is what?
title.
Oh, no, that was the title. That was the right one, but didn't go there for some reason. Okay. That was the right one.
So will this be
Okay.
uploaded as well?
Just click right here. Yeah, okay. All right.
Cloud native.
Okay, now it's got it. All right. Thank you. Okay, as I was saying, welcome. Hello, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome here to the night hacking at Devoxx. I hope you're enjoying this time at HackerGarden. So all those tables you see around you are tables where people are hacking or discussing technology. You can come and join us. You can talk with Sven. That's in the corner right there. Sven is arranging all kinds of activities around the HackerGarden. We can come here and hack on OpenJDK, on Adopt2JSR, all cool activities if you're interested. And for you that are watching us, we are here directly from Devoxx on the night hacking interviews. We're talking with lots of very cool people, interesting developers for discussing all kinds of technologies. And we have been here talking about career and how you can improve your career and how you can do cool stuff in your life. So I have the pleasure to have here with me Johan Voss. And Johan is a Java champion. He is one of the organizers of Devoxx. He is a great speaker, an open source advocate. But most important of all, Johan is a Java developer. Hi, Johan. Thanks for coming here.
Hi, Bruno. Thanks for having me.
That's so. So first of all, thanks for this amazing work that you guys are doing here at Devoxx. You and all the organization team. The event has been great. Thanks a lot.
That's a very big and dedicated team that's doing this. So they really deserve a round of applause.
Yes, thank you. Thanks a lot. Well, I'm not sure if we're gonna get a round of applause here, but
People at home can applaud for them.
Okay, that's perfect. So, Johan, you are above all a Java developer, and
Right.
you work with mobile. You work with JavaFX. You work with all kinds of cool technologies. A lot of technologies that people, normal developers don't use. But a lot of the enterprise developers kind of thing, they're kind of not using those things because they're stuck on Java EE or Spring kind of stuff. How is to work on this new and exciting technologies?
Well, as you say, it's exciting. I have to clarify that I'm still doing work on Java EE as well.
I know,
And,
everyone does, right?
yeah, exactly. Yes, that's where most of Java developers are working.
Right, yeah.
In. And but I think the EE world is under control, and it's going very well with Java EE. And I'm looking very much forward to Java EE 7. It's going to be even more better improvement than Java EE 6 was.
Right.
But what we see now in the industry is a move towards mobile. So in the past, most business transactions started from a website and from people at home clicking buttons on their browser. But that's changing. So today we are seeing more people using their mobile phones and their tablets to interact with services. And therefore, I think that's going to be the area of tomorrow. So we need to make sure that Java has a prominent role in that area. So I see that as the next battleground for Java, so we'd better be prepared. So that's why I spent most of my time today on Java on the client, on the mobile client.
That's very cool. And how do you see Java on the mobile right now? Is it ready? It's going well. It's growing.
It is. Yeah, I think it's ready and it's growing. Yesterday I gave a session. It's you can see the Devoxx sessions on YouTube, and Vimeo if the 20 gigabytes limit is lifted. And the reason it is ready is actually because of a combination of Oracle contributing code to OpenJDK, Oracle engineers contributing JavaFX, and then the community combining it all together. and the company or companies like Gluon and others to provide services around it. So what we showed yesterday was that you can write a Java program once, run it on desktop, iOS, Android, and embed it without changing a single line of code. So that is production ready, and it's all available and all open source.
That's very cool, and it's funny. I mean, it's fun now. It's very nice that you are talking about all kinds of different companies, right? So there is a whole ecosystem around it. I think that's one of the most important things of Java, right? That we have an ecosystem, not just one company doing things, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's I think one of the reasons that Java is still strong after 20 years. In order to succeed, and I think that's important for Java developers to realize. I made a few mistakes in the past by doing open source projects without a commerce, without that were not viable. In order to be viable, an open source project should be part of an ecosystem, which means that different companies should contribute, should have the freedom to contribute, and also should have the freedom to benefit from it without, well, by still playing by the rules. And I think in the Java mobile world, this is exactly what is happening. So there's not a single company controlling it, but there are many companies working together. Oracle is doing its part, Gluon is doing its part, and others are doing their part as well. But it's all, we contribute on open source, and we work very well together, and we make sure that we can put services on top of it. And in general, what I always try to combine is you should give developers the freedom to do what they want. They should be able to grab the code, hack it, enhance it, and use it as they want it to do. And at the same moment, you should also give companies what they want, and they don't want to download stuff, build it, put it in their own build server, and so you provide them with releases, and you provide a subscription model for this.
Right. So you know, the right way of doing open source is with all kinds of companies that are interested in the project. So they are interested in evolving. So this whole idea of open source, something that I just work on my spare time, I just work at night, is not really what's going on, right? Because you actually have companies investing so the project is successful.
Yeah, I think there are at least two major requirements for open source. So first of all, you need to love what you're doing. If you spend spare time in it, you need to have a passion for it. So you don't do that for a technology that you don't like. Now with Java, there's more than enough that's really cool and that you like. So the second thing is you should think about, is this some technology that me or someone else, a company that I might join, or some other companies would be interested in? Is this something that adds value to others, or is it just something that's pretty cool? And there's nothing wrong with doing something open source that's very cool. But I think it's even better if you do something in the open source space that is of interest to more companies and more people, because it will improve the open source product if many people are working with it. It's really a pleasure to see people downloading what you're using, and that's giving a boost, and that's inviting other people to contribute as well, because they see, yes, people are interested, this is working.
Nice, and because I think this is the main reason why we are developers, right? Is that we want to improve someone's life, and you know, we're not just writing code just because, you know, of course we're doing because it's fun, because we like it. That's part of it. But our main objective is that someone's life is better because of the code we wrote, right? And once you deliver that code, that makes all the difference.
Exactly. So it's so while I love theoretical physics a lot, in Java you can really change people's lives, save people's lives. I'm very impressed. I have special attention for healthcare, and I'm very impressed when I see healthcare demos. So I went to a session of Paul and Gail Anderson earlier today, and they showed a heartbeat monitor in JavaFX. Now that really matters. So if they work on this, they know that they can save lives. And it's not only about saving lives, so not all technology should be created for saving lives, but helping people, helping,
because you know, helping people can be, you know, just because you know, you can be better entertainment, or it's easier for you to travel, it's easy for you to rent a hotel, it's easier to get a taxi. I mean, all of this is technology changing and improving people's life, right?
Exactly, that's what you want to achieve. You want to leave the world as a better place than before you enter the world.
Right, that's wonderful. And you think that open source is, because one of the things that we all have in common, right, is that we need to be improving our careers. I think if we don't work in our careers, no one else will, right? So,
Exactly.
So and you think that open source is a good way for developers to actually improve their careers, or to learn something new, or to help them change people's life?
Yeah, I really think it is a way to improve your career. I'm not that extreme. That I know that some for some job inquiries you need or they check your GitHub commits. I'm not that extreme. So it's for me when I want to hire people, it helps, but it's not a requirement, because not everybody wants to do open source, and that's their decision.
Right.
But I personally think that if you contribute to an open source project, first of all, you make the open source project better. But second, you interact with people. And by living on an island, you won't improve your skills.
Right.
But by interacting with people, and even if it's only reading code reviews, to be honest, I learned a lot by watching pull requests and the comments that are given on those pull requests.
Okay.
For example, on the OpenJDK and OpenJFX projects, there are many patches being sent, and then discussions are about those patches. And that is really, I learn a lot when I read the discussions from the big gurus. So you improve your skills, and it's also so much rewarding. And that brings us actually back to DevOps. It makes it more than just a job, more than just coding, because you're working remote with many different people, and then you come to a conference like Java 1 or DevOps, and you meet those people, and you discuss in real world what you're doing, and it makes Java development more than a job. It's a passion.
Right, that's wonderful. And so, just since you mentioned DevOps and coming to conferences is also a way for you to improve your career, not just because you learn things, but especially because you meet people, right? Both new people, but also you mentioned this cool thing that you meet people that you already know online, and you actually put a face to an email or a face to a GitHub account, and that helps a lot too.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why many attendees, regular attendees of Java 1 and DevOps, say the best track of a conference is the hallway track, where you really meet the people. And if you look at the situation at this moment, the hallway track is overflowing at DevOps.
Yes, right now, as you can see, there's a lot of people in the highways, a lot of conversations going on. That's why we do Hacker Garden, right? The Hacker Garden is exactly the place where we all can come here and hack together in something. And have you done this kind of things in a conference, that you actually sit down with someone, you exchange some ideas, you do some coding, you kind of clarify something that was missing? Have you actually done that?
Oh yeah, really. For example, this year at Java 1, we were working on Java 9 on iOS. And we had a few people dropping by and saying, I want to try this on my system as well. So we set up the systems, we build it, we improve things. So it's really, this is not the best way to teach 50 people about technology. This is really for making small but meaningful improvements to systems, simple or complex systems.
So one of the things that a lot of times we see is that developers come to conferences, and we're all nerds, we're a little shy, we don't know how to talk to people, and we're like looking at our own feet. Right? So what is the one thing that you think people could do when they come to a conference to kind of break a little bit out of this kind of get a little bit out of their comfort zone and do something? What is the things that you've done in the past to actually get yourself engaged with other people in the conference, although I'm sure you're also a little afraid, a little not wanting to talk with people? One thing you've done that helped you?
That's a good question. Actually, it reminds me Java 1 1999 or 2000, when John Gage was still doing the keynote, and he said, at Java 1, everyone is a Brazilian.
Yes, I remember that.
And what he actually meant with that was, don't be shy, talk to people. But yeah, to be honest, I was shy in the beginning because it's a bit overwhelming. All those rock stars, you meet your idols there, but those are just normal people, and there's no reason why you should be shy. Now, what does help is if you do in advance before a conference, you contribute to some project, even by maybe just putting something on a discussion list or creating some pull requests or reviewing code, just because of that, people will remember your name, and then you have an easy way to introduce yourself.
That's very, very cool. Actually, you're talking about meeting your idols. I've just watched it here at Devoxx today, this morning, the presentation of Andrew Tannenbaum. That's the guy I've learned compilers, and I learned OS from his books. And I finally met him in person, and I went to say hello and thank you for all he done. And one of the things that he said in his talk is that they're doing Minix, right? That's the OS, the teaching OS that he works with, and he did say that Java doesn't run on Minix yet, and he's looking for people that to actually contribute porting Java to Minix. So that is, for example, a good way for you to help and participate with your idols on cool projects that they're doing.
Absolutely. Well, to be honest, it's how I got involved with Java as well. When I started with Java 96, there was no Java on Linux. So with a bunch of people, we created the Blackdown team, and we ported Java to Linux. So that's actually the best way to get involved. It doesn't have to be a high-level contribution. So start with what you like, start with what you want to do, and get involved.
Okay. That's so cool. So I think we're running out of time here. So Johan, thanks very much for participating here on our Night Hacking interviews. But thanks for all your contributions to the Java world, right, in general. And thanks for doing Devoxx. And all of you here, thanks a lot for watching us, for following us, paying attention to nethacking.com. That's where all the videos for all the Night Hacking interviews are going on. Thanks a lot. See ya.
Thank you too.
Thanks, man. It was totally excellent. Thanks a lot.
Thanks.